Hey guys, here we go into a video on boxing games for Oscar Valdez versus Shakur Stevenson and what each of these guys are going to be trying to accomplish and kind of what kind of fighters they are, what kind of things they're going to try to do against each other, and then kind of who I think is going to win, yada yada yada. So we're going to take a look at it. One of Oscar Valdez's best boxing game is crossing the line and getting his weight to the front foot and then letting off his lead right hand. Okay, now after he throws this shot, he has a propensity to shift his back leg. Okay, as we can see here, he's going to be bringing his back leg forward here as he shifts forward to throw that left cross there. And this keeps him on the line with his opponent a little longer than he wants to be and may result in extra damage as we see, depending if he uses that position or that punch correctly to set stuff up or to see what his opponent is doing. Now, again, shooting that shot, making that shift forward, right? Bringing his back leg forward and shooting that left cross of his as he comes forward kind of in the middle of his line. Now, I actually think that his best shot at winning is going to be to stay there. As we can see that this guy here, shooting kind of a pull counter like motion as Oscar Valdez uses that like kind of shift forward to kind of close the distance to get in range to land more of his shorter punches. Now, Stevenson is a much bigger, much faster fighter than this guy. Okay, I don't know if he's taller than him, but he's stronger. He's more built. He's a bigger man than whoever Oscar Valdez's opponent is here. Tamayo, I believe it was. But catching on very similarly to that pull counter timing as his opponent comes forward. Again, I think this is going to be something that's very, very, very effective against Oscar Valdez. And again, it happened to him many, many, many times in this fight once his opponent was able to kind of pick up on some of the things that Oscar Valdez was doing, okay, after, obviously getting abused for a bunch of rounds. But another move that's very effective is when Oscar Valdez is going to be getting into this lead foot position here, letting that lead hand or that rear hand go as a probing shot to kind of close the distance, and then the hook from his opponent, okay? Now, these are all skills that Oscar Valdez has in spades, and again, timing him perfectly with the pull counter-like motion as he pendulums forward. Just some beautiful work from Tamayo's opponent here. Now, some problems with Oscar Valdez as a fighter. Okay, this is going to make this fight very, very challenging for him. Look at how he tries to get on the inside here. Look at how he's trying to cross the line. Look at how he's waiting for his opponent. There's no feinting. There's no probing. There's no active guard. He's just waiting, hoping to get the reaction that he's waiting for, right? Now, pendulums on his opponent, throws a missed shot, right? We've seen him get pull countered in this spot. We've seen him get beat up. But once he gets past those shots on the inside, he has an opportunity here to fight on the inside, I think, and really land some good shots against someone like Stevenson, who acts like he's a better inside fighter than he is. Again, I think that Stevenson is very good on the outside, but his ability to really fight on the inside is not that great. But, again, a problem with Oscar Valdez, he doesn't really feint, he doesn't really probe, he just likes to get into this position and then hope to land these punches, explode out of his guard, and try to fight him on the inside. Again, I think if he can get past the lead hand of Stevenson, then he might have a lot of success on the inside, as this is where he's really excels, kind of with those straight punch flurries there that he's using, right? Right, left, right. And again, I think it might be very effective for someone like against Stevenson, who, if he lets him inside, doesn't really block punches, doesn't really get off the line super well, and has a propensity to kind of try to fight on the inside. Now, a little bit about Stevenson. Unfortunately for Oscar Valdez, when Stevenson isn't doing anything, one of the boxing games he likes to play with his opponent is lead hand control. Okay, we can look at his lead glove, getting it in between him and his opponent's lead hand, and then watch his opponent try to lean toward the front foot here. Okay, he's going to try to bring his weight to the front foot, right? And as he gets his weight there, this is 15 seconds into the round, okay? And he's already pushing his opponent off of that position. This is the only position that Oscar Valdez really likes to throw punches in, is getting to the front foot and then probing with that shot so he can come in with the leaping cross. If Oscar Valdez can alienate him from this position starting from 15 seconds into the round, again, Oscar Valdez is a much smaller man. He's not as strong, even though he's going to be having that specialty and shit, probably that Canelo beef. He's not going to be as big as Shakur Stevenson. He's not going to be as strong, and I don't know if he's going to be able to fight through the lead hand control especially because of how Oscar Valdez likes to sit in front of the line doing nothing. I think he's going to be open for punches like that throughout the course of the fight. Now, is that the same clip? It is the same clip. Now, coming forward, and Stevenson, as his opponent is coming forward and he's controlling the space, he's able to see those big, giant, leaping steps forward. And now, as he comes forward with that body shot, I want you to pay attention to how he slides off the line to the back foot and then moves onto the line with the jab here to kind of get control of his opponent's head. This is a very, very similar timing that Oscar Valdez winds up being when he gets to the front foot, as Stevenson, one of the games that he likes to play, again, lead hand control. The lead hand control opens him up the timing and the space to see this big pendulum shot coming, and then he likes to counter after. Okay, so what Stevenson's actually setting up here is going to be more like a pendulum power shot pull counter. Okay, now, one of Stevenson's flaws, real quick, we got this clip open. He doesn't always set his punches up. He doesn't always use the lead hand control. He doesn't always use these tools. And sometimes it's easy to time him as he comes forward. We're going to have another clip of that too. And if he doesn't play his boxing games, right, if he just throws an unlayered punch at his opponent's very likely going to catch him and counter him. Even though Oscar Valdez is not a great counterpuncher, one punch at a time stuff is the Eddie Reynoso camp dream. Okay, it's exactly what they train for: catch and counter stuff, pull counters, all very, very good at countering single punch attacks. Okay, so if Stevenson isn't on point with his counters and with his control of the lead hand to augment his opponent's position, he's going to find himself eating some counters when he just jumps into his opponent's line. Now, again, his opponent coming in with that big shot, he has control of the line with his lead hand control on average. He pulls off the counter 1, 2. Again, trying to land a pull counter, right? Trying to be very defensive and draw his opponent in. Now, again, Stevenson not setting his attacks up a lot, right? Just kind of blasting forward, throwing the shot. And look how he shifts forward and gets stuck on the line with his opponent. This is the place where he's very, very bad on the line, whether he went first or his opponent went first, okay? So once you close the distance between you and Shakur Stevenson, his ability to fight on the inside and throw rounded punches and rounded power punches is very, very low, okay? He's not very good on the inside, and he winds up just getting out of position and kind of taking damage. So again, I think that that's going to be a place that Oscar Valdez wants to engage with Shakur Stevenson. Now, coming forward again, with all the lead hand control that Shakur Stevenson has, his opponent is having a hard time letting a lot of his punches go. So as he controls the space, he shoots this, and Shakur Stevenson is able to time and pull counter and land an excellent straight left hand on his opponent while he's trying to get control of the space and break rhythm and throw a jab over the top of the control that Shakur Stevenson has. Again, timing that control and then pull countering off of it into an attack. Again, this is going to be a strategy that's very, very, very effective against Oscar Valdez because he doesn't feint, he doesn't really probe, and he doesn't control the space with his hands, okay? He's not going to be looking to interact with Stevenson, and then when he does interact with Stevenson, it's going to be right on a timing that Stevenson is ready to control. Now, Stevenson did not get credit for this knockdown here when he caught this guy taking a big step in. But again, this is a very, very similar timing that Oscar Valdez is going to have as well. Coming forward, taking a step forward, not really controlling the space, not really setting anything up, but trying to get to that front foot position and kind of walking into a punch and kind of going down here. He didn't get credit for that one, but he does get credit for another one a little bit later. But again, if you stop playing the game of control with Stevenson, if you refuse to play, he'll just attack you and land punches over the top. And again, preventing Nakatila here from getting to position 1. All very, very important boxing games for him. Now, the pinnacle of those moves is him being able to slide off the line and then counter here with his straight left hand here. Following up again with the left hook there, or left punch here. Kind of straight hook, uppercut-ish move. But more importantly, drawing his opponent into his line here, kind of sliding and taking a step off, and then being able to counter with the straight left. This is something that Stevenson is very good at. And again, I think this is something that's going to be very, very, very effective against Oscar Valdez, because Oscar Valdez doesn't set his punches up. He doesn't hide when he's coming in, and he doesn't really know how to break rhythm. Again, when he's coming forward, he's kind of got that blasting forward, kind of punch, punch, punch motion. Whoops. motion where he just starts throwing punches at his opponent. Again, boom, pull counter right in that motion. Boom, boom. Any of those beats there could have contained a pull counter for his opponent. Pull counter here, even catches him with this one on that one. Again, I think that Stevenson is going to have a lot of the edges in this fight, especially because Oscar Valdez is so small and so this and so that. Not as fast, not as sharp, but he does have the better head movement. So if he can start feinting and controlling a little bit of that space and getting a little bit of control of Stevenson and get him to go first sometimes, he can still make it a competitive fight. But I don't think that this is going to be a great fight for Oscar Valdez. I think that this is going to be kind of a mismatch. A mismatch that's going to look close in some rounds, and those are going to be the rounds in which Oscar Valdez does wind up feinting a little more, does wind up using a little bit more lead hand control, blocking the jab of Stevenson, and finding a way to get to the inside and land punches on the inside, not fighting Stevenson on the outside. I think that is a death trap for him, as he's just going to get picked apart and probably stopped. Now, I want to say stopped, but I don't know if Stevenson is actually that aggressive enough, or that if he throws enough punches, right? If he's going to be looking for the knockout, even though if Valdez just walks to him and gives him the openings, he will find it, right? I don't know if Stevenson is the kind of guy that's going to be looking for the knockout, looking to set up long engagements where he lands bigger power punches, or if he's going to be happy just landing quick, stinging shots from the outside. But I do think that Stevenson is going to win the fight. It's not going to be really close. I do think it's going to be a mismatch. So anyway, if you guys are interested in the full fight film studies, they're on Patreon. It's $10 to sign up, $10 a month. Or if you're looking for personalized one-on-one coaching, check out my $50 Patreon. It's $50 to sign up, $50 a month. You can send in videos to train, and you'll send in videos of your training. I'll look at them. I'll give you drills to get better, and you'll see massive, massive improvements in the first video session, I promise you. Yeah, anytime you want to send in videos while you're part of my Patreon, if you want to send in videos every day, if you're working out every day, train hard, get better, send me videos, give me some work to do. I appreciate it. But anyway, also, if you're interested, I have my full Fouts boxing combat system available for $249.99. If you're part of my Patreon or my coaching Patreon, I'll give you a 50% discount. But it's everything I think you need to become a successful fighter, all the theory, all the pad work drills, to learn how to fight, to learn how to get on the line with your opponent, to get off the line, how to set up big punches, and how to train your most powerful pendulum attacks, and how to set them up. So anyway, it's awesome. Check it out. It's got great reviews. Yeah, it's all the stuff that I'm teaching my own private fighters. And again, I wish I could share more film with you guys about what these guys are doing and stuff. Some of it is actually on Discord. And if you guys want to sign up for Patreon, you want to start catching up and learning some boxing, I will introduce you to the Discord where there are weekly drills and other videos, and all the people that I'm kind of coaching at the highest level that are basically part of the Fouts Boxing Combat System. They post their content and they post their drills and they get better, and it's kind of its own separate thing from Patreon, even though you have to be part of Patreon to be a part of it. And again, eventually, right, you're not just going to join in and get lost in what's going on there and be a spectator. It's not for spectators. It's for fighters and people who are training only. Yeah, anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And yeah, also, well, anyway, yeah. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks, guys.